So I've had my run this morning. I had half a banana before I went out, and the other half I used for the sunshine bowl, I will call it. This breakfast is inspired by the Pret mango sunshine bowl. I just woke up and I was like, that's what I fancy. But I didn't want to go to Pret and I just made it at home. And these past few weeks I've been having toast pretty much every day, with the exception of a waffle here and there. And I feel like I'm so sick of having bread and toast in the morning. And also I find that sometimes toast bloats me. All that to say, I wanted a change, and what better way to change it up than a nice mango sunshine bowl. Also, my diet for the past week has been so bad. It was my daughter's birthday. I made her a nice, I'm not gonna say little cake, it was a massive cake. I'll put it on the screen because I was so proud of the design and the taste, everything. It was delicious and it was perfect, exactly how I imagined it to be. But we had cake for days, and when there's cake in the house, I can't help it. I'm gonna have the cake. So I enjoyed that. My parents are also visiting, so I haven't been tracking as much as usual. And I'm feeling it, if I'm honest. I'm feeling constantly bloated. Probably the cake and toast aren't helping with my bloat, but I feel like today I wanna eat healthy. I wanna track to make sure that I'm eating enough protein, because I've been half tracking some days and I'm not hitting enough protein, and I think that's what's making me feel quite tired and lethargic. Again, plus the cake and the sugar and the fat from the cake. So yeah, I had my run this morning. I'm doing the couch to 5k. I am enjoying it so far because I don't have to think about it. I just have to get dressed and get out of the door, and the program is there all set out for me. So yeah, I'm gonna have my breakfast. Let's have a taste. I had a little taste of the yogurt mixture and it tastes delicious and so summery. So let's give it a try with everything. This is delicious, and I think it would work even better if you had a granola. The only granola I had was chocolate flavor, so I don't think it would go. So I went for the muesli, and I really like the addition of the dried fruit. So there's raisins in here and it really goes. I'm gonna have a tea with my breakfast, go sort my hair. But on the menu today I'm thinking of making yemista, which is stuffed peppers and tomatoes, because I saw someone online make them and I get jealous. I'm happy. Gonna have a tea and enjoy this.
To make the yemista, I'm starting by prepping my tomatoes and peppers. Yemista literally means stuffed in Greek, and it's usually stuffed peppers and tomatoes with either rice and herbs, or sometimes you can also add some minced meat. But I usually make them meat-free, so I remove the tomatoes from the stems and then cutting the top off and leaving it on one side. I did that for all my tomatoes, and then using a spoon to carefully remove the inside of the tomato. And what's left is the tomato shell, which we will be stuffing later with the yemista filling. I did the same for the peppers, cutting the top off and then removing the inside seeds. I put the prepped veggies on my pan and then moving on to my filling, which couldn't be easier to prepare. I started by chopping up all the big chunks of tomato and then adding them back in the bowl. You can also put them in a food chopper, that will make things much quicker, but I just chopped it up with my knife today. I also chopped an onion in small pieces and then added a tablespoon of olive oil to my pan and sauteing it for a few minutes until fragrant. I seasoned with salt and pepper and then adding my tomatoes to cook for a few minutes before adding the risotto rice. I stirred the mixture well and leaving it to cook for around 10 to 15 minutes, adding more water as needed. And while the rice cooks, I'm chopping up my herbs. Today I'm using a mixture of parsley, basil and mint. So I'm chopping everything up as small as I can, and for some extra flavor I'm also adding some spring onions. Ideally I would have sauteed those with the onion in the beginning, but I forgot, so I'll be adding it with the herbs. I added my herbs and spring onions, giving it a last stir, and then we're ready to stuff our veggies. Now ideally you want to stuff the peppers and tomatoes 3/4 of the way, so don't stuff them as much as I am showing here, as the rice will absorb more water as it cooks. Once I stuffed all the tomatoes and peppers, I put the lids on and then topping with some more olive oil and a bit of water at the bottom of the pan. I covered with foil and put it in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. I then uncovered and baked it until the rice was cooked through. Once the yemista were ready, I served the tomato and pepper and served with some cottage cheese and feta on the sides. And my lunch is ready.
So I haven't made yemista in ages and I kind of messed it up, if I'm honest. I think I put way too much rice and there wasn't enough water to get it cooked. So they took ages and I'm still not sure if the rice is cooked through. So let's give it a try. Oh, the taste is good and the rice is cooked through now, so that's good. I decided to do a bunch of cottage cheese for protein because obviously this doesn't have any protein from the... I mean, I know it had a tiny bit of protein, but not enough to keep me full. And a bit of feta because yemista and feta is just the best thing ever. So my parents are currently visiting and they saw the yemista. And I told them it wasn't cooked through. What they suggested is we put a bit of water on top because that will get absorbed by the rice and get cooked through. And that worked. I was impressed. I didn't think it was gonna work because you just pour the water and then obviously it goes on the bottom of the pan, but it did work. So if you made that mistake like me, you put a bit too much rice and you stuff them way too much, add a bit of water and then cover it and put it back in the oven and it just got sorted. So good. You're gonna go enjoy and I'll see you for dessert, of course. Very good. Usually I like potatoes with my yemista. Let me know in the comments if you're the same and you like a double carb. I was just a bit too lazy today, so I just left the yemista alone, but if I wasn't lazy I would have a bunch of potatoes and yeah, any leftover rice I would spread around the pan. Did them a bit differently today, but they're still delicious. I just love the herbs. For my post-lunch sweet treat, I decided to make this little biscuit. I basically was craving, if you've ever been to Greece, they're called tifur. I know it's a French thing, but we have them in Greece and they usually have them at bakeries. In Greece, I guess we call them vutimata, which basically means maybe dunkers is how I would translate it. So you just have something to dunk into your tea or coffee. Or if you have people over, you have these things to treat them. So that's the kind of thing I was craving. And the traditional one was a butter-based biscuit, but I'm out of butter. So I found this recipe which didn't require butter and it was with olive oil and honey. So I thought that was a good alternative and I used my sugar-free jam. So I thought for my daughter as well, I thought that would be a good snack. So let's give it a try. and I have my tea, so I'm happy. I like it. It's quite dense and it almost tastes a bit, because of the olive oil, it reminds me a bit of melon macaroni. I like it. While I was making them, I was thinking, does this need a drizzle of dark chocolate? And I think it would make it even better. So I might drizzle a bit of dark chocolate for the rest, because the biscuit that was after was like, it's a butter biscuit, jam in between. I think it's usually orange jam and then dunked into dark chocolate. I'll put a picture if I can find it, what I'm talking about, but that was so good. This is also good, and I think it would be even better with a drizzle of chocolate. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my biscuit. I am disappointed, this tiny thing is 140 calories, but it is a sweet treat, so what was I expecting? I don't know. It's still warm. I think once it cools down it will be even better.
I'm just taking Elsie out on a walk. It's very nice. I'm hoping it doesn't rain though, because I just did my hair. For dinner, I went to Pizza Express and I got my favorite, which is Lorraine pizza. And I love this one as the whole pizza is around 770 calories and around 39 grams of protein. And most importantly, I love how it tastes. And then James and I watched the movie at home, so I enjoyed some Maltesers for my movie night snack. If you enjoyed this video and want to watch another what I ate in a day, you can check out the video on your left, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and if you made it this far, comment a chocolate emoji. Okay, bye!